a video regarding this topic, okay? But the thing is, I was not getting enough comments. And it was very surprising because usually when I come on live, I came on live yesterday, day before yesterday, and I've been coming on live for the last few days, right? And when I finished the video, I got a comment saying that there might be a technical issues because there were some comments when I was on live, but I did not get them, okay? I don't know if it is because of my own mobile phone because my mobile phone is very very old. Okay, I still don't have enough money to buy a new mobile phone. I think, so I think you should donate me. Okay, if you, I'm very happy that somebody donated to me yesterday. Okay, it is very very helpful. But yeah, let me move out of the topic. Go ahead and ask me uncomfortable questions right now because I think there might have been some kind of technical issues before. I always love to I always love challenges, okay? The reason why I was able to do what I was able to do. For example, I published a book, right? And I got some audience because of the book. I got royalties. But only now the book sales have gone down. I started a YouTube channel. I did have subscribers and people are responding to my questions, right? I started a blog. These are my achievements, right? So at least I was able to provoke people, right? Whether it is positive or negative, that doesn't matter, okay? When I'm writing an article, some people are against me, some people are in favor of my thoughts, right? That doesn't matter as long as I am creating a discussion, okay? Because the thing is, we have to discuss about thing, okay? Okay, so hi, is chat visible now? Yeah, it is visible. Yeah, go ahead. That is why I came on live. I think you are the one who commented, okay? So the chat is visible right now. It was visible for me, but maybe there were some technical issues, okay? So go ahead, okay? The thing is, the purpose of this video is this. You can ask me any kind of question, okay? Even if it is uncomfortable for me to answer them. So go ahead, okay? So I am still waiting for the questions. So you are the one who has to ask the questions. Okay, I don't have anything to talk about until you. In the last video, I spoke about a ghost video because I just wanted to talk about something until people are coming up with some questions. Okay, so now it is your turn. Okay, there is one guy. Okay, at least I hope that the guy is watching this video right now. He requested me to not to make him famous, but still I want to ask him, okay, okay, you started gym a few years ago. How was your experience and are you considering to restart it? Most definitely, actually, because protein rich diet costs a lot. I think that might be a concern for you. Yes. See, the thing is, whey protein is very convenient for us, okay? If you're going to gym, yes, of course, protein rich diet will cost a lot. And it will also come up with other kinds of concerns. For example, if you're eating chicken, okay, it 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 not only has protein, it also has fat, and fat has more calories than carbohydrates. Okay, I think 1 gram of carbohydrates gives you 4 calories. Okay, but 1 gram of fat gives you 9 calories. If there is any kind of inaccuracy, please let me know, okay? And I don't claim to be very accurate, okay? But I know one thing: fat is calorie dense, okay? Fat gives you more calories. That is the only you won't become fat just because you are consuming fat, okay? You will become fat if you consume extra calories, okay? This is always about energy expenditure, okay? How much calories you are consuming and how much calories you are spending. If you are consuming more calories than the number of calories that you're actually consuming, then you will become fat. Okay, that is the logic. Okay, it is all about calories. And when you want to, I mean, if you're working out, okay, if you're working out, the concept of working out is this, okay, you are stressing your muscles, okay, you are tearing your muscle fibers, okay, which means that it needs some kind of recovery, because when you are tearing muscle fibers, your body has its own intelligence. You are tearing your muscle fibers to, you are struggling to weight a 5 pound dumbbell, okay, or a 10 pound dumbbell. I mean, I can't, pound is very different for me, okay. Okay, it is very very convenient in convey things in kilograms, okay. 5 kilogram dumbbell is a basic dumbbell, okay. Everybody has it, but 10 kilogram dumbbell is very heavier. But if you are practicing with a 5 kilogram dumbbell, if you are doing bicep curls, it will it will tear your muscles, okay. It will damage your muscles, okay. And in return, what your body will do is it will try to compensate, okay. There is some kind of thing that is happening in the body, okay. The muscles are getting tired, okay. So body's response is this, okay, we must build the muscles stronger. This is the default experience of the body, but it will only make the muscle stronger if it has enough raw materials. There are two kinds of raw materials for this, okay. First of all, yes, protein, enough protein, okay, and enough nutrients. Other nutrients also is necessary, for example vitamins and minerals and everything is necessary, but the major part is protein. You have to have enough protein. Second is you have to have enough rest for the recovery, because it is only when you are resting your muscles grow. Muscles do not grow when you are working out. When you are working out, you are challenging your muscles, okay. But muscles will grow and adapt because of the challenge only when you are giving the muscles some rest, okay. So no matter how much you work out, if you do not give your muscles enough rest, you won't grow your muscles, okay. So this is the basic, okay. So you have to first of all challenge your muscles, okay. Then you have to give the muscles enough rest, and you also have to give your muscles enough nutrients, and that is exactly where protein comes up, okay. And protein rich diets are not costly, actually. You can, the only thing is the solution is like whey protein. For example, if you're getting whey protein, you will be able to give enough protein and raw material for your muscles, okay. And there are also some hacks. For example, if you decide to give you enough testosterone, okay, because the testosterone level and production declines as you age, okay. There are ways to, I mean, I'm talking about steroids, okay. I have used them. I will admit it, okay. I don't know how, I mean, people have commented about it. I just used it because of necessity. I have used Dynabol. I have used even testosterone, the pure testosterone injection, okay. I know how to inject myself, okay. I think I have never disclosed it before, okay. But I'm disclosing right now. I don't think it is wrong. It is not wrong. It is just a hack, right? You're hacking your biology. But I'm not doing it these days, okay. First of all, I don't have enough money for it. I don't have enough time and even motivation, okay. Why should I do it, okay? I'm an old man, and I kind of got used to it, okay. I don't want to become young again. What is the use, okay? The only reason why I tried all this is because of Surya Gayatri, that one girl, okay. And I did not get any response, but even now I think about Surya Gayatri because I still now believe that there is a past life connection, okay. That is the truth. So yeah, let me go ahead and let me move on to the question, okay. Yes, correct. I have been working out since last 5 to 6 months. It is very refreshing and I feel strengthened. But I don't think it has any benefits spiritually. It is not like that, actually. Thing is, I will give you a tip, okay. Whenever you work out, be mindful of what you're doing. When you add mindfulness, everything will become meaningful. Because I used to do it, okay. Because mindfulness is still useful for me, okay. Even now it is useful because mindfulness has, it is very miraculous, guys. I'm telling you, okay. Being mindful and being aware is always useful. Whether you are enlightened or not, whether you are self realized or not, it is always useful, okay. How to deal with sexual urges, masturbation, how does it affect our spiritual process, okay. See, the sexual urge is felt by everybody. Everybody, okay. So do you like, I'm telling you, it is an instinct. It is a very powerful instinct, because only because of sex we produce children, right? So do not worry about it at all, okay. When it comes to handling sexual urges, the only thing that I just mentioned is mindfulness is the only solution, okay. Try to understand your sexuality, okay. Try to observe it instead of indulging. Try to be very mindful about it. That is the only thing that you can do, okay, because sexuality is so powerful. But steroids have a lot of side effects. So for health conscious people, I don't think it's recommended in general. It depends on your decision, okay. Look up your, I mean, they do have side effects, but it also depends on, for example, they have something called anavar, they have something called dynabol, they have something called testosterone, okay. All these have different side effects, okay. See, if you really want to build your muscles very quickly, then steroids also are a shortcut, okay. But yes, whenever you have a shortcut, okay, you definitely have a price to pay, okay. You have to do enough research regarding, for example, which steroids. There are some oral steroids. Anavar and Dynabol are oral steroids, okay. You can take them as tablets. Testosterone is injection, okay. You have to inject yourself, and there is a procedure, okay. I have done it. I have experimented with it. I'm not doing it right now, okay. I have it is a very 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 small time frame. I just wanted to see how I, if you look up my YouTube videos, okay, I mean, not YouTube videos, Instagram videos, okay. In Instagram, I have published a lot of reels. I wanted to appear young those days, so I always used to share my beard as well as my mustache and everything, okay. I used to appear clean shaved, and I looked very young those days. Even now, if I really want to do it, I can go ahead and do it, okay. Because the thing is, this is all science, okay. And yes, of course, there are side effects for everything, okay. So we have to find a balance between them. Are you scared of death? Actually, it is a very question. I am not scared of death, but it concerns me because first of all, everybody is going to die, okay. It is a very good question because I've been contemplating on this topic for a long time recently. See, no matter who you are, you can be a prime minister of a country. Rajiv Gandhi was a prime minister, right? How was his death? Indira Gandhi was a prime minister. Kalpana Chawla was an astronaut. How was her death? So everybody died in a very cruel way, right? Just imagine this, okay? Imagine Kalpana, I mean, put yourself in Kalpana Chawla's position. You guys are aware of Kalpana Chawla, right? You are leaving the Earth's atmosphere. You are in a place where you are no longer home, okay. You are saying goodbye forever. It is very very risky, right? The astronauts are like heroes, okay. They are sacrificing. Many people know that they might die, okay. Let's talk about Sunita Williams is lucky, okay. She's back on Earth. But anything can happen when you are outside the planet, right? So death is a very cruel stuff, because death can come in any way. 6 months before, there was a landslide in Wayanad, okay. Many people died there, right? So think about it, okay. You cannot predict death at all, okay. It can come in at any time, and it can be very very cruel. For example, people met with an accident just few days before when they were climbing the hills, okay. They were coming here, and a bus met with an accident. I don't know how many people died, because there was no report regarding the death. They only spoke about injured people. Many people got injured, okay. So the thing is, that is the only thing. It is very uncomfortable, really, because anybody, no matter who he is, okay, whether you are enlightened or not enlightened, whether you are rich or poor, the way you die it can be very cruel, right? Think about, for example, if you die because of a fire accident, for example. Fire, I think the fire, okay, death by fire is the most cruel thing. For example, because we have already felt it, right? Sometimes we get burnt accidentally, right? And even for a second, if if a small portion of your skin was exposed to fire, you will know the pain. But many people die because of fire accident. So yes, it is reasonable to be scared of death because death can come in any form and we don't have a choice. We definitely, that is why because the death is something which makes me wonder why nature has created us in such a way that we can face death in many different ways, especially in the most cruel ways. Okay, I don't have any answer. Okay, if I discover something, I'll let you know. Okay, if you ask me, I'm scared of death. Yes, I am. Obviously, okay, because I'm scared of the kind of death which I will have to face, whether I am a Buddha, whether I am a, no matter who the hell I am, okay. I might be Bill Gates. I might be the multi-millionaire, okay. I might be I might be the most richest person in the world. But do I have any control over how I will die? That is why I like this sloka very much from Hinduism, okay. Anayasena maranam विना दैन्येन जीवनं देहि मे कृपया शंभो त्वयि bhaktim achanchalam. This means that this bhakta is asking three things. Okay, these people have already talked about death. Okay, first of all, I want to die in a very simple way. That is the first thing that he asks. Okay, anayasa and ayasa means trouble. Okay, anayasa means easy. Okay, anayasena marana means dying in a very easy way, in a very simple way, in a very peaceful way. Vina dainyena jivanam means Vina dainyena jivanam means living without any poverty. Twayi bhaktim achanchala means devotion in you, you know, uh, unchangeable devotion in you. Okay, so this bhakta is asking three things. Okay, one is I have to die peacefully, I have to live without any poverty because I have to eat every day, right? As long as I'm alive, I have to eat it. And when I am die, I have to die. When I die, I have to die peacefully, and I always have to have devotion in you. I only want these three things. This is one of my favorite slokas in Sanskrit because it conveys a very major difficulty in our life, right? Here is the uncomfortable question. What is your max streak on no fap or celibacy? See, I don't like this celibacy stuff at all, okay? For me, I think sex is a very natural stuff, okay? So, even masturbation is a very natural stuff. So, you don't have to feel bad about it. I don't believe when people say that masturbation will, there is no scientific evidence in the first place, right? For example, some people will say, okay, especially when it comes to men, okay, not women, when it comes to men, okay, when you masturbate, you are releasing the sperm and they will say that it is going to release your energy and, all this stuff. There is no scientific evidence, right? It is not a very uncomfortable question at all. It is a very simple question to answer, okay? And celibacy, okay, I feel very sorry for the celibate guys. Okay, that's it. I think there are two kinds of mindfulness, one through thoughts, other through feeling the senses. What's the difference between the two? And how is observing and witnessing different? Okay, that is a very good question. Okay. That is a very good question actually. I like it question. I like it very much because I myself have observed these two kinds of things. And I think this has been mentioned in the Power of Now. In the book Power of Now, he says, okay, one thing that you can do to be in present is to listen to the voice in your head. Okay, that is what you are referring to. The first thing is to be aware of your thoughts. The second is to be aware of what is happening in the present moment, your senses. Okay, Thing is, actually, it has to be both. Okay, it has to be a combination of both. So it is an interplay of both. If you try mindfulness, sometimes the thoughts or your mind is very very active. So in that case, you have to be very very mindful about your thoughts. But there are times when your mind is not active, but you have much more, like, but there is one thing that I can tell you, okay? Focusing on the senses is much more powerful. If you ever feel lost, okay, focus on the senses, okay? Focus on what is happening right now. For example, what kind of noises you're hearing right now, what kind of visuals you're seeing right now. That is an easy shortcut. But then, mindfulness is very useful, okay? See, focusing on your senses is an easy shortcut because it helps you to be mindful very quickly. But focusing on your own thoughts helps a lot because it helps you to understand your own mind and your mind's content. So there should be a balance of both, okay? But it is a very good question, okay? At last, somebody asked a very interesting question. I appreciate that, okay? Spiritual awakening. Have you tried opening your third eye? Why don't you still not open your third eye? My God. I don't see a third eye, man. Okay. I have two eyes, right? And I really feel very difficult to open these two eyes every morning. Okay. I want to close them. So why would I be concerned about a third eye? Okay. This is not an uncomfortable question. Okay. So like, yeah, it is not challenging enough. It is not uncomfortable enough. Okay. Julio, okay, I'm getting some new people. Okay, being aware of what you are not, example, knowing you are not your brain or your feelings, really helps in taking control of your life. That is true. Okay, yeah, it is not a question, it is a statement, but it is true. Incredible Phoenix. Yes, more than death, pain fears people. When I heard this Mahasamadhi by Sadhguru, I got very interested because of its painlessness. I wish there is actually some method like that and I could learn. Unfortunately, it is very cool, right? Somebody can leave the body just like that, okay? Jackie Vasif obviously lied, I know very much, okay? Because nothing makes sense. I already made a video about it. I don't want to go deep into it. But yeah, I wish if it is true. For example, if there is a way to leave my body just like that, and it'll be fun, right? It'll be like, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about pain. But unfortunately, it is not the case. I will let you know one example, okay? See, there is an anecdote which is shared by both Osho and Sadhguru Jaki Vasudev. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, this anecdote is a very important anecdote in my life because it is only through this anecdote I discovered that Jaggi Vasudev was completely false because this anecdote is touching a lot of important topics in spirituality, especially about consciously creating karma. And for example, Osho has talked about it, okay? And Jaggi Vasudev, obviously he copies Osho, okay? And the anecdote is like this, okay? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is very much fond of food. He always asks his wife, okay, what is cooking today? What is cooking today? I want to eat today. He is very much, and it is embarrassing for Sarada Devi, okay? Sarada Devi is embarrassed because my husband is respected by everybody, okay? My husband is a very famous person, at least among the spiritual people, okay? He is very famous. A lot of people are coming to meet my husband. But my husband is always concerned about what is cooking today. That is embarrassing for me. And Sarada Devi one day told Ramakrishna, okay? See, this is very embarrassing. Please stop asking these questions, okay? Why are you so, like, desperate about finding out what is cooking today? Why are you so fond of food? It is embarrassing for me. And then Ramakrishna said, okay, according to Osho and Sadhguru, both of them are wrong. I will tell you why, okay? Ramakrishna said, okay, the day when you bring the thali with the food, and when I refuse it, okay, please know I only have 3 more days to live and then I will die. Because the only reason why I'm living is because I have some kind of attachment to the food. That is why I'm living. That some kind of doing some bullshit, okay? Both Osho and Jaggi, but Osho was the first one who came up with this idea, right? But the truth is this. According to the anecdote, one day Ramakrishna Paramahansa stopped eating, and within 3 days he died, okay? But according to the truth, Ramakrishna Paramahansa had throat cancer. He stopped eating solid foods 9 months before his death, okay? He was only getting liquid foods, okay? He was affected by cancer, throat cancer. He did not leave his body consciously and in a very peaceful way, okay? It did not happen. He left his body, he died with a lot of pain. That is the truth. Because when it comes to the leaving the body stuff, I don't even trust Osho. That is the truth, okay? He somehow made up, everybody can do it, okay? Everybody can do it. Because when somebody has so much popularity, okay, they can come up with anything and people will believe it. I don't think people can just leave their body just like that, okay? And I definitely don't believe that Jaggi Vasudev's wife, Viji, left her body mysteriously. No, it did not happen. Okay, spiritual awakening. If non duality is just a change in the perception, like you mentioned in the book, can hypnotic suggestions create the state of non duality? No. Osho said the state of hypnosis is so close to it. No, definitely not. Because hypnosis is a very, very, it doesn't touch you anything deeply, okay? When it comes to non duality, it is not just, when you say change in the perception, it is very, very deep. I don't think you understand it, okay? It is very, very deep. Hypnosis cannot create it, okay? It definitely cannot create it, okay? Unless you do years and years of sadhana, non duality is not a possibility. I am unable to Osho dynamic meditation. See, do you understand the concept of dynamic meditation? The reason why Osho introduced dynamic meditation is because of this, okay? There has to be some kind of action, okay? Your mind, if you just sit and meditate, okay, your mind will not become peaceful. First, you have to do some kind of work to your body. Your body should become tired, okay, because your body is very, very active. Because modern man has a lot of comforts, he is not giving enough activity to his body. So first you have to make sure that your body is tired, okay, tired enough so that you can rest and relax. Because when you are tired, if you rest, it will give you a peace, it will give you a sense of peace automatically. Try it, okay? Do whatever work you can. For example, wash the floors, wash your clothes, wash the bathroom, okay, clean your house, cook food, do everything, okay? Be very active for the whole day. In the evening you will be very, very tired. Physically you will be tired, you want to relax. During this time it is very, very possible to control your mind, okay? Or even, to witness what your mind is doing. First of all, you have to be physically, you have to exhaust yourself. We have too much energy these days because we are not spending our energy that much, okay? That is the idea behind Osho's dynamic meditation. So if you cannot do dynamic meditation, you have to explore the core concept of dynamic meditation. Why? You go through the Osho talks about dynamic meditation, you will understand, okay? Can you give me an advice for dealing with repressed emotions? Again, do you know gibberish meditation? Osho has suggested this, okay? Gibberish is nothing. I will give you a sample, okay? This is do this for the next 15 minutes. That is gibberish. It will release a lot of energy, okay? I don't think anybody has given a demonstration for gibberish meditation like this. Maybe I am the first person to do it because I have never come. This is gibberish meditation. Do whatever you want, okay? That will help you to deal with repressed emotions. The other thing is to be a witness. Again, when something is repressed, okay, something is repressed, it means it is down, right? You have to you have to be aware of it, okay? When you are aware of your emotions, when you are emotional, and if you are aware of it, those repressed emotions will come up, okay, to your conscious attention. The most important way is, okay, this gibberish meditation and dynamic meditation are starting points. If you are a totally new beginner, you will have to try both gibberish. This is gibberish, okay? You speak gibberish for next 5 minutes and you will see. I mean, but be aware, okay? When you do this gibberish meditation, like for example, this is gibberish, okay? But when you do the gibberish meditation, be aware of what you're doing, okay? That will release your emotions. Second, dynamic meditation will also release your emotions. But after all this, try witnessing. It will work out, okay? When spiritual artists like musicians, dancers, they focus on spirituality a lot in all their musical dance and practices, and they do it all their life, and they still don't get enlightened. Why? Because they only know the artistic part of it. They do not know the spiritual part of it. See, enlightenment is not mechanical. You don't it is not like lifting dumbbells, okay? For example, every day if you lift dumbbells now, and then if you increase the weight, you will automatically become very strong. Especially when it comes to biceps, you will become stronger, okay? But when it comes to spirituality, insight plays a very important role, okay? You can play music, you can dance and everything, okay? It will still help, okay? To some extent they will be spiritual, but they don't even know. But unless they are exposed to some kind of spiritual guidance, it is very hard for them to go to the next level, okay? But spiritual people are indeed there. For example, even people who are living, I'm giving you a very simple example, okay? Do you see the singer programs in local television, right? People who are singing, they have they they are one step ahead when it comes to spirituality, because they can get lost. I mean, they have some kind of samadhi. I mean, samadhi is a very strong word. They have some kind of focus, like dharana, for example. They achieve some kind of dharana, okay? Dharana, dhyana, pratya. You know, if you look at the 8 steps in, Ashtanga Yoga, there are 8 steps, right? Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Dharana is something that can happen with anybody, okay? Even musicians are very good in Dharana. Dharana means focusing on something. But Dhyana is something deeper, okay? So, people who are musicians, dancers, even painters can be very good in Dharana. But they have to go to the next step, which is Dhyana, okay? From Dharana to Dhyana requires a jump, okay? So, in order to go to Dhyana, they will have to have some kind of meditative experience or some kind of spiritual background. Without that, it will not happen. Please help me in the complex state. I was forced to disidentify from ego, and the suffering completely ended for years, but still non duality has not happened. See, this is very common, okay? The thing is, even in my own spiritual journey, it happened. When you say that non duality has not happened, okay, because when non duality happens, you will know that for sure, okay? There is a difference between these two words, enlightenment and non duality. Enlightenment can have many meanings, okay? But non duality is very, very specific. So when you say that non duality has not happened to you, it means it does not happen. If you say that non duality has happened, then I can at least consider it, okay? He is saying that non duality has happened. Maybe he is wrong, maybe he is not wrong. But when you yourself say that non duality has not happened, it means that you have to work, okay? So, yeah, it will take years, okay? You certainly you have made some progress, but you still have to work. There is one message. Oh, it helped for a reward. When did you last fuck a girl? I don't have to answer any question, right? You can ask me any uncomfortable question, but why should I answer them? Okay. Maybe I will put the same question to you, okay? When did you last fuck a girl? Okay, I think that is a question which he is asking. எனக்கு தெரியும்டா டேய், நீங்களே இவ்வளோ யோசிப்பீங்கன்னா நாங்கள் இவ்வளோ யோசிப்போம், புரியுதா? இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு தான் இந்த லைவில் வந்தோம். மூடிட்டு பேசாமல், புரியுதா? குட் சேல்ஸ்மேன் கேன் செல் எனி திங், பிரில்லியன்ட் ஒன் செல்ஸ் நத்திங். I don't get your point actually. I don't feel like I have enough stamina for the jumping and fast breathing and Osho dynamic. I get lethargic and totally exhausted in stage 1 itself after 30 seconds. Okay, so you're saying that you get lethargic in stage 1, right? Do until stage 1. That is the best thing that you can do, right? Do the best thing that you can do. If you feel that you're totally exhausted at stage 1, stop at stage 1 and then you do witnessing meditation. Okay, thanks for answering. Can one return back to the sense of me state from the state of non-duality? Have you tried? Why would I try, man? Have you tried return back to egoic state, like recreating the? Actually, there is no point in returning. Okay, I wouldn't even try. Okay, if there is somebody is giving a solution, okay, you can try back. You can try and go back to the old state. I would never ever do it because the old state was not. I mean, I do have problems in this new state too, but the old state was terrible, right? Why would I return back to it? There is no reason for doing so. Thanks again for the idea. I will try gibberish. Okay. Okay. This does masturbation not promote sexual thoughts, reinforce desires, conditioning? Human body is also filthy. So why surrender? Become attached to the body. It reinforces the pattern. One thinks. Oh, எங்கெல்லாம் இப்படிலாம் யோசிக்கிறான்றல. Does masturbation not promote sexual thoughts? Reinforced. Actually, do you know what? Okay, just because you answered this, you asked this question, I will let you know. Masturbation will not promote sexual thoughts. Masturbation will end sexual thoughts. Just try it. I mean, everybody knows it. Okay, after you masturbate, after you relieve yourself, you won't get any sexual thoughts at all because you already relieved yourself, right? How can you get sexual thoughts after masturbation? It is impossible. Okay, I am telling you very practical stuff. Okay, of weird filth stuff, filthy thoughts, etc., which will affect social interaction with women. I don't understand your question. If one knows what he is not but don't know what he is, what should he do? He knows he is not the body and mind, but he don't know what he is. Okay, this is a very interesting question. Nisargadatta Maharaj once said it. Okay, it is enough to know what you are not. That is exactly how it works. Okay, do not try to know what you are. Try to know you are on the right step. Okay, you are doing the right thing. Okay, this is exactly a question asked to Nisargadatta. Nisargadatta Maharaj, right? He said this thing. He answered this question. Okay, it is enough to know what you are not. You don't have to know what you are, because what you are is like it is nothing but going in the process of doing neti. I am not my body, I am not my mind. That's it. Okay, what you are is not like a concept, it is not like a revelation, it is not like a idea. Okay, so just keep going. Okay, discover what you are not. You don't have to worry about what you are. Okay, just go ahead and discover what you are not. Keep rejecting. Okay, that is the path. Was referring to Jaggi. Okay, see, I have to scroll up again and see. Man, very interesting. It is raining now. Can you hear me properly? Okay, Jenny Joy, I think your question has been already answered, right? If one watches porn, he thinks of the same videos, scenes, and craves even more desires. So don't watch porn. It is very simple. Okay, so the thing is, it is raining, guys. I have to end this. Okay, because I don't think you are able to hear me properly, and also it is getting late. Okay, I've been speaking for the last 40 minutes. If you have any more questions, you can comment. But yeah, the questions that you are asked me is not uncomfortable enough. Okay, I thought you are really going to ask some kind of uncomfortable questions, but you did not ask those things. You are actually asking a very ordinary questions. Okay, so thank you. Okay, because even I was scared. Okay, What if somebody is going to ask some kind of very uncomfortable question? Okay. Yeah, I know you cannot hear me properly because it is raining. That is why I'm going to end this video. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.